Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Donald, and today I'm gonna review something I haven't reviewed. A console that I had but never reviewed it. But now today I'm gonna review it. And this console is called the Sega Dreamcast. Now, the Sega Dreamcast is one of the last consoles to be released by not Nintendo but Sega. It was one of the last consoles by Sega, as you can see, before they flopped. And it's one of the underrated consoles that didn't really have a long lifespan. But anyway, let's get into depth with this console. Now, this console says that it's compatible with... Sorry, I'm showing a poor view of it. But it says here, compatible with Microsoft Windows CE. It looks like a Windows 2000 symbol over there. Sorry, you can't see it because of the camera. And as you can see, it's got 4 controller ports instead of 2, like on the Sega Saturn. This console is similar to the Sega Saturn, but different. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, the ports have A, B, C, D, which means you can play 4 players on this thing. Got power button, eject button, which opens the case. As you can see, this is a CD-based console, and it opens from the top, much like the PlayStation. As you can see on the side, this console is one of the first consoles to utilize a modem. As you can see, it's part of the expansion bay of the Sega Dreamcast. I don't really use a modem anymore, because the reason for this is because, unfortunately, the Sega Dreamcast, Sega's network called SegaNet no longer exists for the Sega Dreamcast anymore. It expired since Sega stopped making consoles And in the back, it's got the port for the AC adapter, AV out slot, which is different from other AV outs, and a serial slot, which I don't know what it does, but it's there for a reason. Probably hooks up to the Windows computers. Under here, it's got serial number and it's got that Dreamcast logo on it, and it has Sega on the front. That light lights up orange whenever you turn on the console, and it makes that beep sound. Now to show you the controller. As you can see, this controller is this is the Sega Dreamcast's controller. It's kind of different from the Sega Saturn's controller. And it kind of looks like the Sega Saturn's 3-dimensional controller, but without the Z and C button. It only has X, Y, A, B. They're in 4 different colors. It's got the start button, D-pad, and an analog. It's got a left trigger and a right trigger. And it's also got 2 slots, one for a memory card and one for a rumble pack that makes the controller rumble, or you can use it for a certain accessory for it, which is a microphone for the Sega Dreamcast game called Seaman. The second port is used for that, but I would show you that thing, but I don't have it, so be my guest to find it. And the memory card slot, the screen shows here for there, and the Dreamcast logo is different from this one. I do have a red one, but I don't feel like showing it to you. Nah, what the heck, I'll show you the difference. I'll be right back. Anyway, as you can see, the logo on the controllers are different. I got this from Amazon for Christmas. They're identically the same, but the logos are different. Same company, but same system, but anyway, both of these controllers has a controller plug that looks like this. And also, I also got this extension cable for Christmas for one of these controllers to make the cords even longer, which I don't really use them anyway, but you might need them if you do. Got these from Amazon. Oh, and I'll show you what kind of games the Sega Dreamcast utilizes. This is the cases for the Sega Dreamcast games. I got this silhouette of Suzuki, All-Star, Extreme Racing. As you can see, the games are on CDs, obviously, because Sega is a CD type back in the 90s. And this is the casing for the Sega Dreamcast games. Kind of similar to the PlayStation 1's casing. Now I'm going to show you the memory card. This is the memory card system that I have. It has a D-pad, A, B, sleep in mode. It's meant for kind of like a small game, and it acts like a portable console as well as a memory card system. Plug it in upside down and it displays the game's logo on here during gameplay. But you can also download games into this thing and play them on here, anywhere where you go. There's a white one, but I don't have that. All I have is this cool blue one. And it's also got a slot for a sling mount, for a sling. It's got a protector on here. As you can see, it fits on the Sega Dreamcast controllers. Hold on, let me put it back on. There's also a green one and a red one, but I don't have those. All I have is that one blue one. But anyway, now to show, and I also got this, oh, and just to show you, I also have this Sega Bass fishing game. And there's also a version of this game on the Wii, after Sega stopped making consoles. It's one of the only games that I have that utilizes a fishing controller for the Sega Dreamcast. I would show you what it looks like, but I never got it, so if that thing ever shows up anyway. But the game does have the option of, sorry I was silenced, but the game does have is compatible with a regular controller, which means you can use it during the gameplay. So, but the fishing rod is optional. Anyway, this is the only game I got that doesn't have instructions, and this is not their casing. As you can see, I got the receipt for this game at Play and Trade. Got that sticker on there for unknown reason. It's got the disc. I have the original disc with that mysterious sticker on there. green while the other one's blue, which doesn't really matter anyway. This is before they learned how to put full color on the discs, on the pictures of the discs. Back then, the Dreamcast games were a monochrome color scheme, much like the graphics in Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow. But anyway, now to show you the AV outs. As you can see, the plug that plugs into the console looks different from the others. It kind of looks almost like the PlayStation 2's AV plug, but it's different. As you can see if you look under it. And the AV outs, and here's the AV outs that you plug into the composite, to the AV part of the TV, and the AC adapter, which kind of looks like a clone of a PlayStation 2's AC adapter, but this one's made for the Sega Dreamcast. But I'm sure you can use this on the PlayStation 2, and as you can see, it ends with a small plug, as you can tell, much like the Intellivision in the PlayStation 2. Anyway, in conclusion, it's an awesome console for its time, but the only problem is things didn't work out for Sega, so now Sega just makes games for other consoles after they failed to give the Dreamcast a long lifespan. Just like the Sega Saturn, it failed. This console was made to resolve all the issues with the Sega Saturn, but failed. Which is a shame, because it was a good piece of hardware for Sega to go out with after many ups and downs. But anyway, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Also, like the video, and I'll probably see you on the next video. This is me, signing off.